It's the same stuff, but now they're going to call this factoring by grouping to help you out. Also, what you do is if you see the four terms and you notice that that nothing goes into all of them, you can see if you can factor by grouping. What happens is you look at the first two. What is in common? Let's 8r squared. So we're going to pull out an 8r squared. 8r squared times what gives me 8r cubed? R. 8r squared times what gives me a negative 64r squared? Negative 8. What? Just a second. Shh. Okay, so what does r and negative 8 have in common? A 1. So we're going to add that 1. Do you have a question?
Yeah, isn't this just like what we did?
Yep, it is just, it's just starting with that second, just one last step is right. So then you have plus 1, so what times 1 gives me r? R. What times 1 gives me negative 8? Then you look to see what does the first have in common with the second? R minus 8. If you did it right, your r, the ones in parentheses, is going to be what's the same. Then what's left over? 8r squared plus 1. Now, it's separate. The only difference is, the only difference is now it can start with two. It can start with that. What did I switch? What? I don't know what you're asking me to do. Yep. Okay. Yep. Sometimes they look a little bit more challenging, like 15. So let's do 15 together. So what's in common is here, and then what's left? 8r squared plus 1. Okay, you're welcome. All right, so looking at the first two, what does the first two have in common? So we have 7x, right? On 15. What number goes into 56 that goes into 49? 7. And then they both have x's, so we're going to have that there. All right.
Anyway.
So. So 7 times what gives me 56? 8. And then we need our w, so we need w. So 7x times 8w gives us our 56xw. 7x times what gives me 49xk squared? 7k squared. Looking at the next two, we always have to remember you have to keep that same sign, so we're going to have that negative. 24 and 21 have what number in common? 3. And then they both have a y, so 3y. Negative 3y times what gives me negative 24y? And negative 3y times what gives me negative plus 7k squared. What does this have in common with that? 8w plus 7k squared. Yep, I know. And then this one, 7x minus 3y. It's the second, because it's starting with the second step. So, I'm going to tell you. No. 24 25, 26, 27, 28. You have to rearrange them to see what you have in common. So I will tell you that I will let you, actually let's just do, because they're harder, let's just do 24 and 25, and I'll do 25 with you right now. And I'll give you, if anybody wants to do the other three, I'll give you a point for each one. So that would be extra credit. So you can, the bottom ones right here. So 24 through 28. But I'm going to do one with you, so you'll get one extra credit as we go right now. So looking here, what one, we have 21xy, negative 12b squared, 14xb, and negative 18by. You have to put things together that that you can pull out. So like this has an x, see how they have two variables? So you want to put these two together because you can pull out the x. So you have 21xy, yep, plus 14xb. I'm just rewriting it. And that's why these are going to be extra credit. And then minus my 12b squared, and I'm going to put that with my negative 18by. Now I want you to look at it and make sure you understand why I put it together. I'm trying to see how there's two terms here. I want it to come down to one. And that's why, like I said, this is extra credit from this point, from 24 down. What is in common now with this? 7x. 7x times what gives me the 21xy? 7x times what gives me the 14xb? And then we have here, what's in common is a negative 6. And we have 2b, negative times what gives me a negative 18by. Just wait, just keep going. Plus 3y. Now, thank you. Now, eyes and ears, this is why the bottom is extra credit, because you have to do tricks too. Is 3y plus 2b the same as 2b plus 3y? Yes, because when you're adding, you can flip them around. So they are the same. So 3y plus 2b is the same. What's left is 7x minus 6b. So I will tell you that the bottom, you have to do two tricks sometimes. So that's why they are extra credit, and they will not be, this part will not be on the quiz unless I do it as extra credit.
Good.
Okay? Are we good?
Good.
All right.
Are you good?
I'm good.
Then we're good.
Then you're good? That's good.